TalkNSA. They had their own like live. It's like a YouTube show that's not on YouTube.
Wow. 2004 live stream.
Imagine the pressure on people to like not ask something, you know, like to self-censor. There must be like massive self-censorship. I mean, you're working for the friggin' NSA. You got the opportunity to ask the NSA director a question. What are you going to ask him? Are you going to say, is the war in Iraq really over? Because the SID Today files keep telling me that it is, but actually, like, it's a disaster there. Like, no, you're not going to say that. You're going to be like, how was your day today?
How can we be better? You know, how can I improve? Yeah, all of that. I can't even imagine. But for me, it's interesting to see this early, you know, talk of live streams and then kind of explaining how it works. And it's kind of amusing, but. Yeah, and we're breezing through documents this evening. That's really nice to see.
I'm so going to write about this because I think that that's just brilliant. I'm adding that to my list.
Great.
TalkNSA is unique because it is a live broadcast where the guests answer questions generated by either an email or a phone call. Anyone can ask a question. So they're big on executive accessibility to the workforce. So like you see, they always make a point, like when in that awards document, they're like, you know, the top man himself came to like hand the certificates over, et cetera, and they're always talking about accessibility of the executives on those like documents where they're talking about having followed like
shadowing,
shadowed them for a day. They're always like, oh, they're so like accessible and forthcoming and everything, and yet the executive themselves, when they're being interviewed, says like to be a senior manager you need to be an amnesiac. So this is brings me back to the same thing. It's like they're all about accessibility, but they won't confront the issues.
Yeah, and it's also it's also interesting to me to note like that the NSA tech guy that we were reading the document of a little just at the start of this evening's stream. He talked about how, oh no, tech people do have power. And so there's this focus on being kind of egalitarian within the NSA, but I feel like what they're actually saying between the lines is that there's a huge, you know, there's this kind of dominating power structure, and that maybe the executives aren't accessible and all that type of thing. And they're trying to kind of.
I think they're accessible, but there's a culture of not confronting the obvious.
There you go. That's very, very well said. Sum up of that.
I think there's like this, and there's this like undercurrent. There's this sinister undercurrent, like where you work for NSA, you know NSA targets people, you know NSA interfaces with all of these other intelligence agencies and law enforcement agencies. So you know if you put your head above the parapet, if you ask the question that you will not be looked at kindly if you ask. Or in Snowden's case, if you try to raise, I mean, this is exactly what Snowden was talking about. He's trying to raise constitutional issues. He's trying to raise concerns within the organization. And his workmates are saying to him, what are you doing? Oh, you can't do this. You can't ask this. Like, you're going to flag yourself. You're going to be targeted.
Yeah, in that context, this is really, I think, important for sure.
And it's a feature of corporatism as well, because the same thing in the corporates, the CEO will come and shake your hand. The CEO will award you a certificate. The CEO will say, my door's open anytime. Come and talk to me anytime. You know, but if you walk in there and say, hey, why are we complicit in this criminal activity? What's the CEO going to say? You're fired. or worse. Or is going to smile and say thanks for raising that issue, and then like make a few phone calls like to have you shut up one way or another.
Yeah.
So this is very much a function of corporatism, as well as a function of these intelligence agencies, is to create the veneer of executive accessibility. We are approachable, we are accessible, but don't ask us the hard questions while you're up shit creek without a paddle.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that phrase, culture of not confronting the obvious, is absolutely fantastic for that whole sum up of multiple documents we've looked at.